Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to my podcast. Technical difficulties there. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Malik Tajani. It looks like I'm looking something, but I'm just looking at the thing, at the camera. So we're into our setup will come together as we move forward. But yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Malik. I have posted about a little bit over 60 episodes now on Spotify of my podcast, and it's something I started back in December. I started this podcast, and it's only the first 60 only audio. There's no video. There's a couple of videos on my channel already. I started the channel at the same time I started the podcast. At the same time I started my Instagram, but I was not consistent with the YouTube at all. It was a lot of work. I started doing my own editing and everything, but it wasn't even like subpar. It was subpar work, and it wasn't good. And it would take like an hour to edit and everything. And this would be like mid work whenever I had free time. So it was a lot of work. I stuck to my Instagram at Coaching with Malik. I stuck to my podcast on Spotify. The Malik Tajani podcast is not on iTunes yet. I am not that level to be promoting my podcast on different platforms, or who knows. I've done 60 episodes, who knows. But anyways, yeah, on this podcast we talk about pretty much everything life related. I just talk about the things I've learned, the lessons I've learned in my life uh, up to this point, and the things I'm really relearning right now, and the lessons, the topics that I believe are relevant to every single person. Even if you've already learned this lesson, even if you've already gone past, it's nice to have a refresher in a sense to remind yourself what event caused you to learn this lesson, or what event led to you coming to this realization. So, yeah, as tribute to me starting up YouTube again, today's episode is to start today. That's today's episode topic. My bad. Today's episode topic is to start today. It doesn't matter what it might be. It could be a business idea. I mean, it might be an Instagram. It might be a podcast. It might be a YouTube. It might be a side hustle. It might be a new hobby. It might be a new job. It might be a new school. It could be really anything that you can put at the end of that sentence. I will start blank today. And to kind of divide it up, starting with the first word, start, and everything that encompasses that. To start is to begin, is to endeavor into something new, whether it's starting a new habit or starting you start going to the gym. The word start is kind of the it's the poster child for new beginnings, in a sense. Whenever someone says, I'm going to start, even if it's something that a daily task that's like 5 minutes, I'm going to start brushing my teeth, I'm going to start tying my shoes, its essence is rooted in new beginnings. And so you can put anything at the end of it. Start, I will start, I'm going to start, but the thing that makes start alone incomplete is that you can say, I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start next week. I'm going to start next month. I'm going to start next year. I'm going to start when I'm ready. That's the most popular one. This angle is really making me look like I'm looking at something. That's the most popular one, I believe, that we tell ourselves. Certainly the one I tell myself is that I will start when I'm ready. I will start when life is good. I will start when life has settled down. I'll start when life is, everything's perfect. But things are never perfect. And I'm constantly reminded of that. More recently this week, I'm really reminded of that as I talk more and more deeply about all these lessons of life with people of my age, with people who are slightly older than me, with people who are maybe 20 years, 30 years older than me, with people who are considered old people. The lessons keep coming. The realizations, the revelations, all the different things that make up life will continue until the very day that you pass away. And then there's no stopping point. There's no end point. There's no end. No matter how old you are, you can never finish the game of life. You can only get better at it in your own unique way. And so, but you can only do so if you start today. And that's the second part of it. Today, starting today. As I said it before, I'm paying tribute to starting up this YouTube channel again by starting today. Even if I don't have the best editor, which I really would like, even if I don't have the best lighting, even if I have the best background, even if I don't have the best mic, you're probably getting feedback from a bunch of different places. If you see my setup right now, you'd probably be laughing. If you want to know the way that I'll show you at the end. I'll show you at the end. The way I put my phone to set it up this way, because I'm so tired I can't even think. It's amazing. And so all these things might matter in the long run, but they would never matter if you never got started. No one has the best setup. No one has the best plan for their new idea. No one has the best business plan. No one has the best plan in general on getting started with their hobby, with their business, with their YouTube, with their podcast, with their new degree, whatever it might be. You may not have the best and most efficient plan, but if you waited until you had the very best and the very most perfect plan ever before you began something, you'd be missing out on a lot that's right in front of you, a lot that you can dip your toe into, that you can start today. Because every single person that you see who is maybe successful, that you admire, that is your role model, if you think that their life was a series of just perfect situations and opportunities and experiences, then you're in for a very rude awakening, as they say. Because often, actually, it's the opposite. Often they come from a very tough upbringing or a very tough lifestyle, or in general. No one usually comes from just the very perfect things and life just works out perfectly from start to finish. I think there's no person, if they tell you so, it's definitely not true, it's definitely a lie, who from start to finish, their life was just perfect. At least among us mortals. Yeah, so as long as you keep maybe that emotion that's holding you back, as long as you keep listening to it, it might be fear, it might be worry, it might be anxiety, it might be doubt, it might be blame, it might be shame, it might be guilt. It might be, oh, I really started this, so I might as well keep going. It could be anything. Whatever your limiting belief might be, all of it can be overcome by if you simply start today. There's no better time. There's no perfect time to look forward to. There's no specific circumstance in life that guarantees you the very best and that you can properly say, okay, now I can get started. Oftentimes, life makes things hard for you to really find that sweet spot. And so instead of letting life move its way and flow naturally until you get to that sweet spot, you have to create it. You have to make time for it. Even if it's 5, 10, 15, an hour a day, you have to make time for whatever it is you have, whatever idea, whatever thing it might be that you've been thinking about doing for a while. That's how you know it's something that it is worth doing, something that's important. If you've been thinking about it for a while. The things that have no value to us very quickly leave our minds. Like, as soon as you maybe use the bathroom, as soon as you brush your teeth, as soon as you tie your shoe, you go on with your day. You don't start thinking about, did I tie my shoe right? Does it look funny? Every single minute of the day. The things that have no worth are naturally not going to occupy our mind space as much. But the things that we constantly think about, there's a reason. There's a reason that it keeps coming up over and over and over again. And so your job is to explore. It might lead to something. It might not lead to something. You never know. I'm not saying every single thing is going to lead to maybe just massive success or whatever. But if you keep thinking about it, if you are able to get past the fear of failure or the fear of whatever it might be, or that initial discomfort, you might find something that you were not expecting. And the most valuable things in life, the most beautiful things in life, the most cherishing things in life, things that should be cherished, are the things that we do not expect. But you can only find out whatever that is for you if you start today. And yeah, that is today's episode. I will see you next time. Hopefully I can get this angling right. I'm looking directly at the camera. I don't know if the whole time I was looking at the camera, but we need to get the setup. We need to get the setup over time, but this is what we'll get started with today. And I will see y'all next time.